All right, welcome to your weekly recap from your friends here at .LA. I'm Kelly O'Grady, .LA's chief host and correspondent. We love everything LA tech media and startup news, so if you do too, you are in the right place. Another week of quarantine is behind us, and LA is continuing to slowly open back up. Believe me, I have seen you all drinking your rosé on those restaurant patios. Now, gyms, day camps, and museums have been given the go to open up today. I know, yawn, but Disneyland is aiming to once again reopen mid-July, so I'm ready to go hang out with Mickey Mouse. One company that's doing well is Sweetgreen. They were forced to close many of their locations due to the protests that weren't already shuttered due to the pandemic. Now the chain's announced that they're rebounding. The CEO has said it is opening most restaurants and has rehired half of the 2,000 workers they furloughed, with the hope to bring the other half back soon. So let's jump into the top headlines. In the startup world, news has been mixed. A new study quantifying the impact of COVID on small businesses confirms what many have suspected. Black small business owners have been ravaged by the pandemic. They were nearly twice as likely to close their doors in the last couple of months. And Latinx, immigrant, and female owners have also fared poorly. But some good news, Covitech is looking to help small businesses get back on their feet. Founding member of NWA, Kim Renardizal, just launched the platform that aims to get people back to work safely. The cloud-based suite of apps provides a protocol plan for small to medium businesses, giving them access to COVID-19 screening, testing resources, and often hard-to-procure protective equipment. Known as the Arabian Prince in his rapper days, he explained that the inner cities are taking a big hit, and his passion is to take care of them. For more on these stories from Sam Blake and Rachel Urenga, check out the links below. Let's move on to investing. Valuations are dropping substantially, and most VCs remain skeptical about investing in fully remote companies, according to a new survey. So it's follow-up from April research. The survey found that founders and investors are becoming increasingly more pessimistic about how long it will take the economy to recover. That isn't necessarily the case, though, in Silicon Valley. Deal volume increased from March to April of this year, and more importantly, volume in April was comparable to the same month last year. Listen though, take it with a grain of salt. The study only covers a short period of time and is confined to the Bay Area. But don't freak out, the news isn't all bad. Honeywell International has snapped up the rights to produce, advertise, and sell GermFalcon, cool name, right? Which is Daimler's antiviral UVC light machine in a new licensing agreement. So if you haven't seen it, you have to check it out. It honestly looks like a futuristic drink cart with fog coming out of it that you might see in a nightclub. But in actuality, GermFalcon can sanitize a mid-size airplane full of germs in about 10 minutes and is being billed as an antidote to COVID-19. Honeywell, which is a major supplier of Boeing and Airbus, is in discussions with several major airlines and service providers for the cabin system. First shipments are expected in July, and Honeywell estimates that for mid-size to large airlines with hundreds of aircrafts, the cost will break down to about $10 per use. For more on this from Ben Bergen and Rachel Urenga, check out the links below. And over in media, the protests hit Hollywood. Gone with the Wind was pulled from HBO Max, while long-running TV show Cops was outright canceled. A sign that entertainment companies are re-examining the content they plan to offer in the wake of these nationwide protests. TikTok was also back in the news this week as former Disney exec and new CEO Kevin Mayer met with the EU Commissioner about fighting disinformation on the social media platform. So yes, fake news is back in the news again. The discussion highlights the Chinese-owned app's drive to work with regulators amid scrutiny of the platform from authorities, especially in the US. Given the recent buzz, this is likely only the beginning of many conversations Mayer will be having with governments. And as the NBA inches closer to getting back to playing, new app More Sports aims to tap into the extreme fandom that's in China. So the content of the app focuses on professional athletes' lives off the court. So how they train, their hobbies, even what they cook. The Chinese market can be very hard for players to access, and athletes have actually been quite enthusiastic about using the app as a way to build their brand in unfamiliar territory, as well as actually play a new role as investors, with many on the roster serving as equity partners. But More Sports is also looking to pursue a multi-platform strategy, forming partnership deals with many Chinese digital incumbents like WeChat, ByteDance, and Tencent. Needless to say, fans in China are going to have plenty of content to watch when the NBA salvage season comes back, both on and off the court. And finally, entertainment tech company Wave has raised a $30 million Series B round. The startup turns performers into digital avatars and puts them on a virtual stage where they can engage with fans. Now, live performances typically comprise upwards of 70% of a musician's income, and with in-person shows shuttered amid the coronavirus pandemic, the music industry has been embracing new ways to generate revenue and drive fan engagement. The company's business model is based on in-app purchases, a percentage of which are shared with the performer. But Wave envisions going beyond music. The platform's new category of performance combines elements of gaming, interactivity, and social media. Especially given how quickly everyone's adjusted to virtual events, the company is confident that they can expand into theater, sports, and stand-up comedy, among others. For more on this from Sam Blake, check out the link below. And this week, we released another installment of .LA Dives In. I had the opportunity to interview Dr. Cheryl Ingram, the CEO and founder of both Diversity and Inclusology, about concrete steps that individuals and companies can take to fight racism. With this episode, I really wanted viewers to take away tangible things that we could do, rather than just have another general discussion. So we dove deep into how to be a good ally, where to start in making diversity and inclusion a core part of your company's mission, and what specific actions to take to make sure these changes stick. I think we're all asking ourselves, as this focus on DEI intensifies, how can the tech community ensure that these conversations lead to real impact? To check out the full interview, head to our website. All right, that wraps up my weekly recap. For more details on these stories, other news this week, and to check out the virtual events we're hosting, go visit our website, sign up for our newsletter, and be sure to follow us on Instagram so you don't miss my daily digest of the day's top headlines. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Kelly O'Grady for .LA.